For someone who has served a lot of rare steaks,
it's raw.
It's little raw.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay gives some pretty awful advice when it comes to knowing whether a steak is done or not.
Trick to make sure your steak is cooked perfectly every time.
So we got rare, medium, well done is just there. Is that nice and rare?
Whether you use your face or the more common thumb thing, using your flesh as a way to test the doneness of a steak is incredibly inconsistent. It's suggested by some heavy hitters like the American Heart Association, the executive chef at Delmonico's Steakhouse in New York, and Gordon Ramsay the man himself. But even though these well-respected sources say to do it, here's my argument for why you should almost never do it this way and instead use a thermometer. Here's a filet mignon, a porterhouse, and a rib steak, all from different parts of the animal with different tenderness. For example, a well-cooked filet mignon is still going to feel tender even if it's medium well or well done, though for my money, medium rare is my preferred doneness for all cuts. This is a picture of me back in high school, and I'm pretty sure these two guys are going to end up with different doneness steaks. And it's the same idea with the hands. You know, a grandma's or grandpa's hands are going to be much different from someone like a bodybuilder. Now let's look at why monitoring temperature is going to be probably the best method for cooking a steak at home. When you break it down, steaks are actually fairly easy to get right in the home kitchen. In my opinion, there's 4 basic variables that you need to nail for a great steak. Number 1 is good quality beef. Number 2 is salted appropriately. Number 3 is cooked to the correct temperature. And number 4 is get a nice sear on it. The first 2 variables are covered before you even cook it. Just use good beef and use enough salt. For number 3, the temperature, there are 2 great methods that you can use at home. 1 is going to be a meat thermometer and 2 is going to be a sous vide. No matter which method you choose, you know the exact temperature you need to pull your steak. If you want it rare, you pull it around 120 degrees Fahrenheit. If you want it medium rare, around 125 to 130, and so on and so forth. Once you eliminate that temperature variable, it's really as simple as getting a nice sear with a ripping hot cast iron. Consistent, reliable, no surprises, that is the key to making good food. If you need 3 different cuts of steaks done at 3 different temperatures for 3 different guests, imagine trying to do that with your face and your thumb. It would not work. But when you pull out the thermometer, all you have to do is just stick it in and pull them off accordingly, and you are good to go. And I'm all aboard for not getting tools that we don't actually need in the kitchen, but in the case of like a decent digital probe thermometer, I think it is an absolutely essential item for every home kitchen. I mean, there's much worse things that people have spent their money on in the kitchen. And you can get a decently built thermometer for around $30 to $40. And even if that may seem like a lot for a kitchen tool, I mean, if you're going out for a nice steak dinner, you know, a couple drinks, you're gonna go way over that amount. But now you can make it in the comfort of your home. So the biggest takeaway from this is that we want consistently good results, and in order to do that for steaks, we really need to be monitoring by temperature. You know, there's some of the pros out there, like the guys at Delmonico's, where they're making steaks literally every single day, so they can go based on feel and all these things. But you know, for you and me, the guys who are making steaks a couple times a year, maybe once a month, temperature should always be our gauge. Drop me a like and subscribe if you all enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.